Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and guys, I want to thank you guys so much for just constantly supporting this channel, and I can't believe how far this has come. And thank you so much to Wooting for sending me out the Lekker V2. Now, I was constantly trying to update and upgrade my Wooting 60, trying to make it sound better, and of course, as I told you guys, I ordered the Wooting 80, and luckily Wooting actually reached out and they said that they wanted to send me out the Lekker V2. So I asked for the 60, and we're gonna do a full review to see if it's actually been updated. As you guys know, the previous version had the stem wobble issue, and it honestly was quite scratchy. I personally didn't prefer it, but now the V2 is out, and we're gonna do a full review and an unboxing. So let's get right into it.
Normally, I don't do an unboxing of switches, but because the Lekker V2s came in a nice box, we're gonna take it open and take a look to see what we're getting. Now, Wooting has asked me to do a review of the Lekker V2, and we're gonna take a look to see, has it improved? Is there no stem wobble? Does it sound talky or sound better? And what differences are there compared to the original Lekker V1? So let's go do a full deep dive of the switch, what it's built out of, the weight, and more. So Wooting was saying that there's a big upgrade on these new Lekker V2s. So we're going to go into seeing what it is with the upgraded housing. Is there any stem wobble? So we're going to listen to a full sound test of the stock and Lubed. we're going to start off by doing a stem mobile test with the Lekker V1, then Lekker V2. We're going to compare it to the Geonworks Raw, and then we're going to compare it to the Wuque Studio Dash, which is a recolor of the Jade. Of course, I don't have the Jade Pros with me, so we can't do that one, and the new Jade Max. I have ordered them, so once they come in, I will do a full test. Now, as you can see, there is still slight stem wobble. As you can see that it is moving around. Of course, the Lekker V1's stem wobble was just a lot worse, especially when you press it down. But there is still slightly. Like you can see, there's slightly horizontally and very slightly vertically as well. But it is improved compared to what it used to be. I would say that is about the same stem wobble as a lot of the other switches that we're doing, which is the Geonworks and the Raw. Now, as you can see, the Lekker V1s definitely have just a lot of shake, and it moves around a lot. V2s, definitely an upgrade. Definitely a big upgrade, still slightly. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's still a slight amount, but not bad. Like as you can see, even pressed down, very, very little wobble. Moving on to the Geonworks Raw. Again, it's a very similar amount of wobble to the V2. You still get very slight wobble horizontally, a little bit vertically, but when pressed down, again, it is not bad. The Jades, of course, again, have slight horizontal wobble and very slight vertical wobble. I would say a little bit more than the V2s, actually, especially when pressed down. So the V2s, huge upgrade from the V1s. I'm actually impressed. Wooting, you guys did a great job. And the sound on these, wow. I'm going to be sticking with this because, again, the benefit is that this was built specifically for the Wooting and tested with the Wooting. Now we're going to do a full deep dive of my review of the Switch. Now, my favorite was the Jade / Wuque Studio Dash, specifically the Dash, actually. But now I think the Lekker V2s is my favorite. Like if you look at it, so you can see how it's changed. It's actually become a nicer green. The bottom housing is more white, and the top housing is actually a lot more clear than the previous one. Now, the V2s sound great. I think in general, my modding of this board isn't actually that great. I will have to do a more in-depth video of how to mod a 60HE, but I think even my 60HE isn't actually that great. I think there's a lot more work that needs to be put into it to make a much better sounding keyboard. Now, the benefit of using a Lekker switch compared to any other switch is the fact is you get the full range of the 0.1 millimeters to 4.0 millimeters. You don't get that with the other switches. This is why I think using a Lekker switch and an improved Lekker switch is actually really important. All the other companies just haven't made a switch that's perfectly 0.1 millimeters to 4.0 millimeters. It's just not fully there because, again, they're making it for the use of other different keyboards, other Hall effect keyboards, but the Wooting Lekker switch is going to be specifically for the Wooting. But let me just give you more of like a side-by-side sound. So my biggest issue with the Lekker V1s was, yes, stem mobile, but also the fact that it was so scratchy sounding. The V2s, the scratchiness is gone once you actually hand lube it. It's so good. I'm actually quite excited for the 80HE.
This, I have to admit, is an incredible upgrade. Now, the Lekker V2, my goodness, I can't believe Wooting actually did it. Now, Wooting really made a switch that sounds amazing. Like, listen to this. How awesome is that? The fact that they've really worked so hard to update this switch. And I'm quite shocked. I'm going to be using this all the time now. As you guys saw in my video, like, there's so much pros to just using one that is completely dedicated for this keyboard. And I'm so excited to actually see what it's going to be like in the Wooting 80. Sorry, Wooting 80. So thank you so much again to Wooting. And thank you for just collaborating with me with this one as well as Wooting 80 HE. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell because as soon as it arrives, guys, I'm going to be doing a huge review on it.